Farewell, Goku. We'll be looking to the skies, waiting for your return.
Okay, what's going on? This doesn't make any sense. It was supposed to be trash. It was supposed to be just dumb fights and nothing more. It was supposed to be empty. It was supposed to be empty. That's what everybody said. But in reality, it was actually pretty great. Hey there. So yeah, I watched Dragon Ball Z in 2025 and it was actually worth my time. Yeah, I know, ridiculous. It was pretty good, and today I want to discuss why do I think that it was pretty good. But I'm gonna keep it spoiler free, so if you haven't watched Dragon Ball Z, this video might make you watch it. I was actually afraid that I might not like Dragon Ball the way you don't like those old movies, because you think they're gonna be masterpieces and you give them a watch, but at this point you've seen so many copies of them, improved copies of them. So when you give them a watch, they're not anything special, but luckily this time it was different. And yeah, just so you know, I watched original Dragon Ball and then Dragon Ball Z, and I'm halfway into Super. And to be even more clear, I watched Dragon Ball Z Kai, not just Dragon Ball Z. This is a remake and it's almost half as big, so yeah, it was a big selling point for me. If you want the exact differences between them, you can just Google it, but my advice would be to just watch Kai. So yeah, without further ado, let's go. Okay, so what really sold Dragon Ball to me? The first thing is characters. I really do love those characters. They feel human, they're entertaining, and I just love watching them. I love watching them grow. I love Goku. He's not a trash MC like everyone thinks. And part of the reason why I started Dragon Ball Super is just because of the characters. I do realize that it's not as good, but I still kinda like it even a bit, only because of those characters. The second thing is world itself. World building, it's pretty good. It's not One Piece level, of course, but it's still pretty interesting, and especially considering that they have space and universe, and in Dragon Ball Super various universes, it becomes even more entertaining. And third, probably the most important, right? Plot. Not everywhere, not in all arcs, and not in all parts of all arcs, but when the plot is good, it's good. Especially in Frieza Saga. It's like the tension was insane. The stakes were the highest they ever felt. It actually felt like there is no escape. And the main villain of that arc, my god, one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen. Like, this guy right here, he felt like a force of nature. He felt like if he comes for the main characters, they're just gone. Like, there is nothing they can do. They will not put up a fight. Oh, and his OST? My god. So yeah, I started talking about Namek Saga more and more. Let's just talk about all the sagas, one by one. Okay, so this is gonna be a quick review of all the arcs in Dragon Ball, and there are 4 main arcs or sagas, starting with Saiyan Saga, then Frieza or Namek Saga, then Cell Saga, and then Buu Saga. Again, no spoilers, just a quick review, just so you understand what awaits you, okay? So, Saiyan Saga was, for me, already a step above original Dragon Ball, because, like, original Dragon Ball was not that entertaining for me. Like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't fantastic. And then Saiyan Saga stepped it up, definitely stepped it up. But that was not enough for me to go like, yeah, this was worth it, that was great. But then Namek Saga happened. For me, it's the best saga out of all of them. It was so good. I would even give it like a 9 out of 10 rating. The tension, the fights, the scale, the stakes, everything was extremely well done. And if I'm being honest, this was the point where I realized that I have to do a video on Dragon Ball because it was actually that good. And then comes the Cell Saga. I don't like it that much. A lot of people do like it, and it's still on second place for me after Namek Saga. The stakes were not as high, they didn't feel as high. For me, the scale completely disappeared. They didn't feel and look as strong, even though they were. But it was still pretty good. The drama was there, everything was there. Then Buu Saga, everyone agrees that it's the worst, but it's not that bad. It's really not that bad, it's just way too long. It should have been shorter, for sure. So, just so you know, if you make it to the second arc and you don't like it, in my opinion, you just better drop it. But if you do, go on. It might not be as good, or it might be even better, because a lot of people love Cell Saga, but it's definitely gonna be worth your time. Okay, and now some additional words about Dragon Ball Super, because like you're probably thinking that if I watch Z, should I watch Super? And the answer is it depends. As I said before, I started watching Super for the characters. I really love those characters. And even though I haven't finished Super, I kinda understand its whole deal. First of all, for me it's not as good as Dragon Ball Z. The soul is not all the way there. The characters sometimes feel different, they act different. It feels a bit weird. And also there is almost no tension. There is just Goku and Vegeta trying to get stronger and stronger and stronger, and that's it. There is no real threat, there is no real challenge. Even when God of Destruction showed up and threatened to destroy the earth, this God of Destruction was pretty casual about it, and Goku was pretty casual about it too. They just wanted to fight, they didn't really care that much. The tension was not there whatsoever. My main idea here is that a lot of people tend to think that Dragon Ball is just stupid fights and getting stronger and nothing more. And it's not true for Dragon Ball Z, but it is kinda true about Dragon Ball Super. So all of the misconceptions that you might have about Dragon Ball might be wrong, but they're not really that wrong if we're talking about Dragon Ball Super. Okay, so I was about to finish this video when I realized that I actually recently finished Super, and I have a couple things to say. First thing is about Super. It's actually not that bad, it's better than I thought. Second half is definitely better than the first half. Is it better than Z though? No. But right now, I would actually advise to give it a watch too. And the second thing I wanted to say is actually more important than that, in my opinion. When I finished Super, and I actually started Daima recently too, the deeper I get into the world of Dragon Ball, the more I like it. And it's a common thing with these long animes like One Piece, Naruto. It's not something you can get from any other show. Like Attack on Titan can be perfect, but it's never gonna deliver this feeling in particular. And I absolutely love it because of the anime is long and it's pretty good and it expands its universe again and again and again. You start to appreciate it much more. You yourself slowly grow with the characters. Nothing can replicate this feeling for me, and Dragon Ball gave this to me once again. So yeah, I think that's it. I just wanted to clear up all those misconceptions that a lot of people have, in my opinion, about Dragon Ball, and I think I did. So if you feel like watching it after this video, go give it a watch. Subscribe for more anime content, and see ya!